Question number 4, Jacqui Dean.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Workplace Relations and Safety. What recent announcements has the government made in relation to pay equity?
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, the government recently announced that it has accepted all of the recommendations of the Joint Working Group on Pay Equity. That group was made up of union, employer and government representatives. The recommendations set out principles for raising and resolving pay equity claims through bargaining, including a process for employers and employees to follow to address pay equity, including a bargaining process based on the Employment Relations Act framework, and principles to guide employers and employees in identifying, assessing and resolving pay equity claims.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Jacqui Dean.
Thank you. What prompted the government to establish the Joint Working Group?
Speaker.
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Following the considered judgment of the Court of Appeal in the case known as the Terra Nova case, the government became concerned that the only way to establish a case for pay equity was to file a claim in the Employment Court, and the Equal Pay Act had little to guide the courts and parties on the establishment of a remedy. The government believes bargaining shouldn't generally require the courts or government to be involved, so set up the Joint Working Group to advise on both a process and a set of principles to guide bargaining. I think they've done an excellent job, and I want to thank the members of that working group for their efforts.
Supplementary question, Jacqui Dean.
Thank you. What else is the government doing to close the gender pay gap?
Good question, Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, the Joint Working Group recognised that whilst pay equity is very important, it's not the sole contributing factor to the gender pay gap. It acknowledged that issues such as equal opportunity in employment, advancement, transparency of the remuneration process, and the effect of caring responsibilities all contribute to the gender pay gap. So I want to commend the very hard-working Minister for Women who has the responsibility for doing all of those other things, and note the work and progress being made to provide a flexible workplace, provide better information and transparency, strengthening the leadership pipeline, leading a diversity and inclusion network, and only today, in her press release, breaking down barriers for working women, identifying the very good progress being made by the National Advisory Council on the Employment of Women to strengthen its focus on breaking down those barriers.